Okay, cool. Um, cool. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Daniel, and I guess I'm back, if you can say that. Um, so first things first, I think I need to start with my explanations as to why I've been gone. So, okay, so first things first, what is this video going to be about? This is just me going to be explaining where I've been, what my plans are for the next couple of videos, and what I'm going to be doing in this video. So, in this video, sorry, no, let me start with where I've been. So, I haven't been creating any videos because um, it's been very difficult for me to create videos because where I am or my house, it's very cold. So, I get a water bottle. I mean, I'm using a water bottle. What am I saying? So, because it's very cold in my room, so I just go to campus every day. So when I'm in my room, I don't have that desire to create tutorials. I just rather just code and do other things and study and whatnot. So, but I guess the winter's slowly fading away, and therefore you're gonna start getting a lot more tutorials from me. And also, I realized a lot of things, such as the way I've been creating tutorials, I'm helping out, but I'm almost like generic. I could be doing better, but I'm not doing better. What I'm trying to say is that I've been going about helping you guys study, but I feel like I'm not doing the best that I can. What I mean by that is, put on my glasses. Let me show you. So I ran into a question paper. So if you go to give me notes, and then you say, actually, if you just search course 1512 past papers, you'll run into a website called Give Me Notes. And I'm using my laptop. And that's why the fan is screeching out loud, saying, help me. So if you go to this website called Give Me Notes and you start searching and you go to one of these past papers and you click on one of them, this is just a random click. I had already clicked on one before. I just want to see something. Look at this. So I had actually created a tutorial about strings, right? I created a tutorial about strings, and when I opened the past paper just to see what's going on, because I hadn't been doing this before, I opened this past paper and then I see this stuff. First question, it's about characters. Mind you, my tutorials of strings had not included things like this, like character arrays, right? So I felt like I had created the tutorial, but I hadn't done my best. I should have went to past papers and looked at what these lecturers actually want you guys to get um, to do. And I feel like I'm disappointing the students by the way I'm teaching without going through the past papers, because I'm not really helping. I'm just teaching you how to code, and you can just learn that from any other video on the internet. So I really should dig down and just go through these videos and just, what am I saying? Go through these past papers, and before I create a lesson, just try and follow where the lecturer is going. Okay, because I title these videos course 1512, course 1511, etc. So that's where my head is at with this entire thing. Um, Really, that's about it. That's the only change that I'm gonna do. I mean, just the only change that I'm going to implement going forward. And I've also got a lot of requests from people saying that they need help. Some people, they're requesting that I do videos a certain way. Some people, they're requesting that I give them tutorials, like one-on-one extra classes. If you're one of those people, I don't mind giving you extra classes, but I'd rather just create one video that everyone's gonna watch on YouTube, but if you really do need my assistance, then I will definitely help you out. Okay, so that's that. And then the next part of this video is that I want to basically show you guys how you can go about studying programming in varsity level. So what I would suggest from you guys is obviously learn the basics of programming, like you'll know how to do a function, know how to do if statements, switch statements, etc. Right? The basics. Like just watch my videos. Okay, do that. Watch my videos. But then after that, after going through the basics, right, especially COS 1511 videos, just go through this, go through the past paper, download all these past papers on Give Me Notes, download maybe 3 or 4 or 5 of these, and go through each and every single one of them. This is one of the papers. Go through each and every single one of them and just see what's the common denominator. Okay, just look. So if you go to question 1, and in question 1 I noticed that it's always about characters, character arrays rather. This character arrays, they say assume this, and then they ask you questions like what will they say that your name, which is an array, equals to this empty or like a null element, and then they say explain why the statement is invalid, this, and then they also say provide the correct statement to achieve the desired effect, etc. So these sort of questions, if you go to your textbook, and I have the textbook right here, just give me a second. Documents, where am I going to find it? I think it's in books. If I scroll down to this one here, characters, I had already opened it. C strings and values, using string variables, whatever. What did I do? I messed it up. Where is it? Strings and arrays, strings, vector, C strings. There we go. C string values and C string variables. If you go through this chapter, and here they talk about the null character /0, and that's exactly what we got from this past paper here. So if you go through your your textbook, you will see that they speak about exactly that you're going to get in your past paper or your paper, right? And then they explain char as here basically they initialize a character, an array of characters called S, which holds 10 values inside. And then they say here the 10 is for 9 letters in the string plus the null character 0 to mark the end of the string. So if you just go through this and you just read through this and you just kind of have a glimpse of what's going on, then you should be able to answer each and every single question in a particular past paper or an exam. So I just want to maybe go through in this video, just basically go through us reading a textbook and just showing you guys the connection between a textbook and also a past paper. So I'm not going to do strings, but before I leave strings alone, I just wanted to say again that I had created a video about strings and I felt disappointed after watching after looking through a past paper and then realizing that I could have done better. So I'm gonna start doing better with my videos, although I do feel like they're very educational, the ones that I did create so far, but I know I can do better, and because of that I will. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through those past people. By the way, this is not a tutorial, this is just kind of showing you how certain things can be. I'm just gonna do pointers. Kind of forgot how to do pointers, so that's what I'm gonna be working on for now. I'm gonna spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then that'll be the end of the video. So usually how I go about it is that you go through this past paper, they say question 3, And if you go through your past papers, you realize that the format is exactly the same. Question 1 will be characters. Question 2, what is question 2? Or it'll be actual strings. And then question 3 will be pointers. And you'll see that there's a recurring format. So if you really just study the format and study what you see in your past papers, then you should be good to go. So here they say, consider the following code fragment. By the way, I'm drinking tea because I told you that it's very cold in my room. Consider the following code fragment, which is assumed to be embedded in a complete and correct C++ program. 1, int x, y, and then there's pointer p, pointer q, and then they say p equals the new int. They say pointer p equals 242, q equals to p, blah, 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 and then they say lines 1 to 5 have been executed. Show diagrammically the state of memory after lines 1 to 5 have been executed, lines 6 to 7 have been executed, etc. So they want you to actually just draw maybe like a memory address, memory address. Maybe I should do that. Xcali draw. They want us to visually show how things are going to be in memory. So yeah, I'm connected to the bad internet, but it'll load. So but I want to first go through, let's just go through the past paper. Okay, let's go through not a past paper but a textbook. So I'm using another textbook here. This is not your usual textbook. This is a textbook that they are using in second year. So this is for your second year programming modules. I forgot the actual name of the module. Was it COS 2611? I think it is. Yeah, COS 2611. But these textbooks, they actually just teach the same thing. Okay, so if I go to this one, right, and let's just read what they say here. Declaring pointer variables. Okay, so this is about pointers, by the way. They say so if you have some form of experience, so this is what I would do. I would go through past papers. Okay, so I'll do all the basic videos, right, that you find on my channel and maybe other people's channels, and then after that I would go and download all the past papers and then just open them up, right, and see what the type of questions that they ask. Okay, cool. Now you have an idea of the type of question that they ask. Now you go to the textbook, right, for the first time, and you start reading. You realize that a lot of the things that they're talking about you already know, and you already know how to execute by yourself. So the value, the pointer data type and pointer variables, they say the value belonging to the pointer data type are the memory addresses of your computer. However, there's no name associated with the pointer data type in C++. Okay, so when you're reading these things, just there's a lot of things that you may not understand. They may use a lot of keywords that you definitely won't know and won't understand. You might have heard them in a video of 2 of mine, but you might still not really understand what they're talking about. So I would just say you can just read through all of these things. You'll get some form of basic understanding of exactly what it is that we're doing, but you won't really get it. And I wouldn't tell you to fixate on sitting and try and understand one particular thing or one particular definition of something. It's all about execution. All you have to do is just be able to actually do the thing that they need you to do. Okay, so you read through these sort of things. You read through this pointer variable, a variable whose content is an address, that is a memory address. Still doesn't make sense. Cool, just move on. Declaring pointer variables, just read through all of this, right? They talk about this asterisk symbol. Okay, asterisk. Okay, I remember seeing that here. There are a lot of asterisks here. There's an asterisk. We're declaring a variable here. These ones have asterisks, these ones don't. What's going on? You start creating connections, okay? And then they say data type asterisk identifier. Okay, that format looks identical to the one that we've seen, okay? But still, that other one, this declaration here says data type variable name, this one is a variable, this one is a variable with an asterisk in front of it. Okay, what's going on still? You will find that out as you go along. Okay, so here it says an example, consider the following statement: integer asterisk p, character asterisk car. And then if you read all of this, you'll understand what's going on. So you'll understand that this is just a normal variable declaration. So if I go to my my IDE here, and by the way, I'm on Linux, so this might be a little confusing. By the way, I just realized that I need to do something. Document projects, lscd c, c++ Python, cd, cpp. Just bear with me. Cpp test.cpp. Okay, cool. Hold on. Just compiling my code right there. All right. Now if I go back to my textbook, before discussing how pointers work, let us make a following observation. The following statements that declare p to be a pointer variable of the type int are equivalent. So just read that again. Before discussing how pointers work, let us oh sorry, actually I made a mistake. I was supposed to say int asterisk p. This is how you declare a pointer. So that's basically that's a declaration of a pointer variable. That's basically what they've taught us here, right? So as you go along with this, whatever this textbook is saying, you just keep typing out whatever it is that they type out, and you read the statements, and then you just type it out into your console, and then you run it. Mine, if you look at since I'm not using an ID here, I can't just have a run button. However, I can run it here. I can compile my code like this, and then I can run it like this, a.out. So if you ever see me doing these sort of things, like, don't be too concerned. So do you see what I just did? I just ran a hello world program right there. So don't be too concerned about what I'm doing on my Linux terminal. I keep checking the camera because of the time that I have left on my camera in terms of recording. So if you read this, they'll say the following statements that declare p to the pointer variable of the type int are equivalent. So this is the same as this is the same as this. Thus the character can appear anywhere. So they're saying that, let me just get rid of this hello world. They're saying that that is the same as int pointer p, like that. So this is the same, and also this is also the same. However, the textbook will tell you that this one is the preferred method because it makes more sense and it's more readable, and readability is everything in programming, especially when you do your assignments. And then you continue to go on, and it says, now consider the following statement: int pointer p comma q, and then they explain what exactly is going on here. So basically, let me get rid of these and this comment, and then they say if you have something like this, maybe this, and what exactly is going on. They'll explain that p in this case is a pointer, and that q in this case is just a normal integer. So why? Because this asterisk is basically only connected to this p, and this q is just basically a standalone. And yeah, but then they'll tell you that because of this confusion that may arise, if you just put the asterisk in front of the p, it makes it easier for you to read. If in my case, I would always say do this, rather like put everything on its own line. However, even in your past paper, they do things like this, like as we have observed over here, and then they start asking you a lot of questions. So you just need to know different things. So that's why it's very important for you to read almost each and every single line out here, and just try and type it into your computer. Some lines you don't have to fixate on, just read, browse, skip. Most of them you already know, especially if you watched one of my videos. So Anyway, I just wanted to show you certain things, okay? Please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and the tutorial is coming very soon, okay?